Have you ever felt completely alone? Like you're pouring your heart and soul into something, screaming into a void, and the only echo you hear back is silence? You work day and night, you sacrifice, you push past your limits, and yet it feels like nobody sees, nobody cares. That feeling? I know it well. It's a cold, heavy blanket that can smother even the brightest fire. You post your art and it gets 3 likes. You launch your business and the only customer is your mom. You train for a marathon and you cross the finish line with no one there to cheer you on. In those moments, it's so easy to just give up. To think, what's the point? Nobody cares anyway. And here's the harsh, brutal, and surprisingly liberating truth. For the most part, you're right. Nobody cares. Now, hold on. Before you click away, let me explain. People are busy. They're wrapped up in their own struggles, their own dreams, their own chaotic lives. They have bills to pay, kids to feed, and their own silent battles to fight. Their lack of attention isn't a personal attack on you. It's just human nature. They don't see the sweat, the tears, the sleepless nights. They only see the result. I remember when I first started this channel, I'd spend hours scripting, shooting, editing, all for a video that would get maybe 10 views. And half of those were probably me, checking the analytics. I'd tell my friends about my passion, my big plans, and they'd nod, say, "That's cool," and immediately change the subject. It was crushing. I felt invisible. The thought, "nobody cares," was a constant nagging voice in my head. One night, after releasing a video I was particularly proud of, I watched the view count stay stubbornly low. I was ready to quit. I slumped down, defeated, and that phrase echoed in my mind, "Nobody cares." But then something shifted. A different thought followed, quiet but powerful. So what? What if their validation wasn't the fuel I needed? What if the work itself was the point? What if the only person who needed to care, for now, was me? That's when I stumbled upon the full, unspoken mantra, "Nobody cares. Work harder." It sounds like the coldest, most brutal advice you could ever receive. But if you look at it differently, it's the most freeing advice in the world. "Nobody cares" isn't a command to give up. It's permission to stop seeking external validation. It's a key that unlocks you from the prison of public opinion. When you realize nobody is watching your every move, you're free to experiment, to fail, to look stupid, to try again, and to grow in private. The pressure is off. It's just you and the work. Think of a sculptor alone in their studio. They're not chipping away at the marble for applause. They're doing it because of a vision inside them that demands to be brought to life. They are driven by the process, by the joy of creation. The world only sees the finished statue, the masterpiece. They don't see the thousands of hours, the calloused hands, the discarded drafts. The sculptor didn't do it for them. They did it for themselves, and that's the work harder part. It doesn't mean burning yourself out or grinding mindlessly. It means working smarter. It means getting so undeniably good that they asterisk have asterisk to pay attention. It means your effort becomes its own reward. You're not working for their approval anymore. You're working for your own. You're building your own self-respect, brick by painstaking brick. Every time you choose to show up when no one is watching, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. Every extra hour you practice, every book you read, every time you refine your craft, while the world is asleep ... That's a deposit into your own bank of skill and confidence. And that bank pays dividends that no amount of likes or shares ever can. The world doesn't owe you its attention, you have to earn it. And you don't earn it by complaining that nobody cares. You earn it by putting in the work when no one is there to pat you on the back. You earn it by becoming so proficient, so passionate, so excellent, that your results speak for themselves. Suddenly, the silence you were screaming into starts to murmur back. People start to notice. But here's the beautiful, ironic twist. By the time they start to care, You might find that you don't need them to anymore. You've fallen in love with the process. You found validation from within. Their attention becomes a pleasant bonus, not the essential fuel. The prize isn't the trophy at the end. It's the person you became while fighting for it. So if you're out there right now, feeling invisible, feeling like your effort is pointless because nobody seems to care, I want you to take that feeling and embrace it. Let it liberate you. Nobody is going to pull you out of bed to chase your dreams. Nobody is going to force you to practice. Nobody is going to care more about your success than you do. And that's a good thing. It puts the power squarely in your hands. Stop waiting for an audience. Be your own biggest fan and your own toughest critic. Let go of the need for applause and focus on the work. Fall in love with the process of getting better every single day. Use the silence not as a reason to quit, but as the perfect quiet space to build your masterpiece. Because one day, you won't be screaming into a void. You'll be speaking from a stage you built yourself, and the world will finally be ready to listen. Not because they decided to care, but because you gave them no other choice. So what are you waiting for? Nobody cares. Get to work. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this message resonated with you, consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Your support truly means the world. Keep building, keep striving, and I'll see you in the next one.